It's all very well getting to grips with the Range Rover's inner workings. There's only one way to really understand what made these pioneering cars such a big deal back in 1970. Climb up and get behind the wheel of an absolutely original two-door V8 classic.
They talk about game changers, Fuzz. This one invented the game.
That's right, yeah, totally. Considering that this replaced the Land Rover as the daily transport for a lot of people.
Yeah.
This is just centuries ahead. Well, it's a comfortable drive, but it's not banging about and bashing about.
What I love about this is it's absolutely huge in here. Now, generally speaking, when they have a big car, they don't often just let you breathe, they cram it with stuff. But this car isn't. I mean, look, I can stretch my arms out, I can stretch my legs out. Whatever you throw at this car, it says, I love it.
Yeah.
Come on, then.
Come on. Anyway, shut up and listen to this.
That sounds awesome.
I don't want to give this back.
Well, there's something that might just make you want to give this back.
4 car generations and 45 years later, and this is the Rover that sits atop the current range.
Cancel the steering wheel. I don't want to cancel the steering wheel, I'm cancelling the heated steering wheel.
Packed to the sunblinds with the latest luxuries, buying this autobiography model will lighten your bank balance by £110,000.
The original Range Rover is a very involved drive.
Yeah.
And compared to one of these,
Yeah.
I mean, this, well, I'm just like floating.
I'll tell you something, if ever there was a car that made you feel like you've just jumped forward in time 100 years, it's this one, isn't it?
The thing is, though, with this car, you need to have a 2-week course in how to operate it.
So this car, it's no longer, in some senses, a utility vehicle, but look, it just steams through that with absolutely no problems.
But I can see the original Range Rover in an off-road setting. I cannot see this one. You just wouldn't do it, would
Well,
you?
let me educate you. So let's just give it some of this over here, give it some beans.
You wouldn't be doing this in your Bentley. OK, I have to give it to you. I am impressed. And you know what? If I had a cocktail, I don't think I'd have spilt a drop.
That's true. Great car, isn't it?
They got it right.
They had a great starting point. That was the thing.
But you know what you're going to have to do now?
What?
You're going to have to give it back.
When it was unveiled in 1970, the Range Rover lit a fuse under the car world that's still exploding today. Few cars had ticked so many boxes, just as adept at ploughing through mud as floating along on tarmac. The Series 1, now known as the Range Rover Classic, was a car that delivered style, comfort, speed and off-road ability. It was so ahead of its time, the first Range Rover stayed in production for over 25 years, almost unchanged, just getting more doors and more luxury. Margaret's model is a top-of-the-range 3.9-litre Vogue SE, fully loaded with nearly every luxury option. When new back in 1991, it would have cost nearly £36,000.